the heart of Nairobi, where skyscrapers meet the dust of the CBD, a new sound has begun to dominate the airwaves. It isn't the practiced diplomacy of the old guard or the soft whispers of the boardroom. It is a roar. The date is February 11th, 2026. Inside the hallowed, orange-painted walls of the ODM headquarters, a palace coup is underway. While the man who held the party together for 8 years is absent, the National Executive Committee moves to strike his name. They want him out. They say he is too loud, too independent, too Gen Z. But they forgot one thing. You do not hunt a lion in his own territory without expecting a fight. Senator Edwin Sifuna did not go quietly. He didn't retreat to his lofa. Instead, he stood before the cameras, eyes burning with a fire that reminded many of a young James Orengo, uttering words that ignited a movement. Mimi, Ndio Sifuna. I am Sifuna. Today, we go back to where the roar began. From Amia's sugar belt to the floors of the Senate, this is the story of the Enigma, the litigator, and the man who might just be the one-term president Kenya has been waiting for. To understand Edwin Watnya, Sifuna's fire traveled west to the green, rolling hills of Kakamega County. Born May 22, 1982, at St. Mary's Hospital in Muammar. Edwin was a child of the working class. His father, a civil servant, and his mother, a teacher, raised him in a household where the currency was not money, but books and discipline. Kenya navigated the twilight years of the Moi era. Young Edwin learned the art of argument. His parents instilled in him a rigid sense of right and wrong. At Musingu High School, Edwin wasn't the quiet student hiding in the back of the library. He was a cheerleader. The man who now commands the Senate once led cheers from the touchline. This wasn't just teenage fun. It was his first lesson in mobilization. He learned how to take a crowd of thousands and focus their energy into a single rhythm. In 2002, the Moi Kibaki Rainbow Revolution swept the nation. Sifuna arrived at the University of Nairobi's Parklands Law campus. Parklands is more than a school. It is a political refinery. It is where James Orengo, Kiraito, Murongi, and the Young Turks of the 90s were forged. Sifuna, he graduated in 2006, followed by a diploma from the Kenya School of Law. But he didn't just want to be a lawyer for the rich. He wanted to be a lawyer for the law. He founded Sifuna and Associates, and soon the legal fraternity took notice. He led the Okoa LSK Save the Law Society movement, taking on the established legal elite to demand transparency. It was here that he met his mentors and his future rivals. He was no longer just a boy from Mami. He was a learned friend with a sharp tongue and an even sharper mind. Politics in Kenya is a game of giants. For decades, the landscape was dominated by three names: Mwai Kibaki and Raila Amolo Odinga. In 2013, Sifuna joined the Cord Coalition as a technical advisor. He was the nerd in the room, drafting the strategies that would challenge the Jubilee machine of Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto. But Sifuna was too big for the back room. In 2018, the ODM party was in crisis. Ababu Namwamba, the general who had turned rebel, had left a void. Raila Odinga, the enigma of Kenyan politics, looked at the young lawyer from Nairobi and saw a reflection of his younger self. At age 34, Edwin Sifuna was appointed Secretary General of the Orange Democratic Movement. The old guard men like Oburu Ojinga and young Nyong'o watched with curiosity. Could this youth handle the most volatile party in East Africa? Sifuna didn't just handle it, he revolutionized it. He took the Orange House digital. He became the face of the party during the handshake era, defending the peace deal between Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta. He sat at the table with the powerful, but he never lost his edge. In 2022, Sifuna sought his own mandate. He didn't go back to the village. He stayed in this city under the sun, facing off against seasoned politicians. He garnered a staggering 716,000 votes. He became the senator for Nairobi, the watchdog of the capital. The transition from 2025 to 2026 changed everything. The broad-based government deal between President William Ruto and certain ODM leaders created a rift that could not be mended. While leaders like Hassan Joho, mining, Wycliffe Oparanya, cooperatives, and Jomabadi Treasury joined Ruto's cabinet, Sifuna stayed out. He argued that ODM was being swallowed. He stood with James Orengo and Senator Godfrey Osa, insisting that the opposition must remain the opposition. The passing of Raila Odinga left a vacuum. Suddenly, the orange was up for grabs. Gladys Wanga and Junit Mohammed found themselves at odds with Sifuna's uncompromising stance. On February 11th, 2026, the party attempted to fire him. They charged parallel political initiatives. Sifuna's response was the launch of the Ndio Sifuna movement. It wasn't just a hashtag, it was a declaration of independence. He began rallying the Loya nation, not as a tribal chief, but as a modern leader who could unite the Mulam people. With the urban youth of Nairobi, Sifuna found a natural ally in Babu Owino. Together, they represent the Gen Z millennial axis. While the older generation talks about 1992 and the second liberation, Sifuna and Babu talk about the cost of living, digital jobs, and police accountability. They are the bridge to a generation that no longer votes based on the big five tribes, but on the big one, the economy. As we look toward August 2027, the chessboard is being reset. President William Ruto, ever the strategist, has brought Kithure Kindiki closer, while his former deputy Rigathi Gachagua has become the wounded lion of MT Kenya. Sifuna is the glue in the united opposition. He is seen in frequent consultations with Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, and Eugene Wamalwa. His strategy is simple but daring. The one-term campaign. Sifuna argues that the current regime has failed so fundamentally that the 2027 election should not be about a 10-year plan, but a 4-year rescue mission. He is positioning himself as the man who can clean up Nairobi, challenging Governor Johnson Sakaja's pact with the state, while simultaneously preparing for a national run. Under Sifuna, the Loya nation is seeing a shift. For years, they were divided between various kingpins. Now, from Bungoma to Busia, the youth are chanting Sifuna. He has managed what many failed to do. Make the Western vote cool, intellectual, and unbought. Edwin Sifuna is no longer just a politician. He is a symptom of a changing Kenya. He is the lawyer who refuses to be silenced by tyranny. He is the senator who thunders in the House against Governor Sakaja and CS Kindiki. He is the student of Raila Odinga, who decided that the best way to honor the teacher was to surpass the lesson. As the sun sets over the Nairobi skyline, one thing is certain. Whether he is in the Orange House or the State House, Edwin Sifuna will not be ignored. The 2027 race is no longer a two-horse race. There is a third force, and that force has a name. Mimi Ndio Sifuna.
The super senator, the chief injector,